my name is Chloe and welcome to the start of another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, February 22nd. It is like 1:15-ish and we're just in my office for a few minutes. And so I thought I'd get on and say hello. How is your week starting? And tell you about what I'm reading. So I am reading The Perfect Nanny by Layla Slimani, and this is for the Black Author Readathon. This is, she is a Black author and this is a suspense. So in the opening scene of this book, we know that there's two kids. One is dead. One is like teetering on the edge. The mother is hysterical, and this is about the nanny. And so this book is short. It's only like 230 pages, and yet there's like nothing happening. That opening scene is super compelling, and then nothing has happened at all. So I'm enjoying it because like we're getting to know the nanny and like her life, and I had a theory early on what was going on, and I don't think I'm right now, but I don't know, like I'm hoping something big will happen in the end, but like I don't know. So far it's very, very slow, very much a character study, a little bit creepy and ominous just because we know something bad is about to happen. Like I love that in a story when it's like bang something and then you have to work back and see like how it happened. I love that trope. And so far so good, I guess. I don't know. I'm really torn on this one. The ending will definitely make it or break it for me. So I'm reading that, and then I'm also reading The Promised Land, or A Promised Land by Barack Obama on audio. And you guys, it's 29 hours, and it covers mostly his early years in in office as president. And so it covers like, well, I don't even know. I'm like halfway through maybe. And so far we have seen like him running for president and now the beginning of his presidency and stuff. And it's so long, but so good. And like just the way he is talking about politics and just general like kindness and humanity, I think is so respectful and just refreshing. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm not surprised. There is a good balance of political and personal things going on. I would say, like, now that I'm towards the middle section, it's getting a little more political. And I don't really care about the details of, like, everything he did in office, which he is kind of talking about some details. I just love hearing his mindset as he goes into all these decisions and like seeing some behind the scenes stuff. And again, just hearing his voice and hearing about Michelle, like I just love it. So those are the two things I'm reading. Today is Monday, so it's a new letter of the week. It is B, and our last name starts with B, so I was really thinking this would be a super easy one, and so far so good. We did like a butterfly matching game, so I put one wing on a bunch of butterflies and she matched, and then she could create her own butterflies, and so she did that. And we really just like went through all the letter or all different words. I always make like little cards that have a bunch of different pictures, so she has a ton of examples of B words. And then like you can see a couple around this room. I love having bees as decoration, and so she has found a couple throughout her house, and she did some dotted dots where she was finding uppercase and lowercase, and she just nails it, and she loves school. So I think she's going to be a great student when she gets a little older, but that is it. As far as the other one goes, Annie is in here, and she is so the opposite. She will not sit still for a book. She is Miss Independent. Like this morning, I set her down so I could put on makeup, and she was like Ainsley would have been at this age, and even now probably at my feet, like pick me up, pick me up. Annie was like jutted it to the door and was trying to go to her room, and I mean it just cracks me up how different they are. But that is everything. I will check in later and let you know. I'm hoping to at least finish this today. It depends how nap time goes. I've got some other stuff to do, so I will check in and let you know when I finish something. Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, and we are just out for a walk because you guys, it is beautiful outside. So this morning we did a beach body workout, and then now, like while we were waiting for it to warm up, and now it's like mid 50s, but it's gonna be 70 degrees today. So we are out walking around trying to get Annie to go to sleep, and Ainsley's got a little fox in a stroller that she's trying to get to go to sleep. So we're just out enjoying the sunshine, you guys. It is so like good for the soul. So reading wise, I finished both of the things that I was reading. Well, I'm like almost done with Barack Obama's A Promised Land. And I'm giving that one 3.5 stars because it does get a little long-winded, especially in some of the political stuff. And so I retract my statement. It doesn't really need to be 29 hours, but it was still good, and I got a lot of insights. And because it was a nonfiction and there was a lot of political stuff, I was able to just kind of have it on a lot and like just gain some little insights. And so that was really good. Again, I am a fan of him. So if you are a fan of him, maybe pick it up. If you're not, I don't know what your thoughts would be about this, but that's that. So then The Perfect Nanny, I am like thankful that I'm holding my phone and my arm's already tired, because otherwise I would probably sit here and rant for a long time about this book. So I gave it 2.5 stars. This is about, so this one is for the suspense or whatever for the Black Author Readathon, and then I'm counting Barack's book as just like a bonus book because I just happened to read that, and he's a Black author. So Layla Slimani, Perfect Nanny, 2.5 stars. The first page, or like the first couple pages, you are told the kids are dead and the nanny did it. You're told that in the first couple pages. So then the book is really slow. Not a whole lot happens, but we're really getting to know this nanny, and things are really creepy. And like we're getting a bunch of different perspectives of like different people, or not really perspectives. It's all like third person, but we're hearing perspectives of a bunch of different people in her life. And so we're getting to know more and more about her, and like it's becoming apparent that she's not quite the perfect Mary Poppins nanny that she appears to be. However, my complaint, so I'm reading and reading and reading. This is like 230 pages. I'm reading and reading, expecting like a big twist. And it never came. You guys, it never came. She went from this Miss Perfect nanny to crazy, psychotic, killing the kids in like 5 pages. And there's no twist. There's no twist. Like, that's it. You're told in the beginning. And like, we do not see the like progression from normal, perfect nanny to crazy killer at all. And like, we get no explanation of it. Like, we kind of get, so when we're getting the other people's perspectives, we realize like something's a little off about this lady, but like, we don't see that at all. We get no explanation as to what's going on, and it's just over. Like, you guys, I read reviews because I like finished it and I was like, did I miss something? Like, this could not have just ended like that. And everybody was like, the ending is way too abrupt. It just stops. And like, so I am mad that I read it, because like, why did I waste the time? You know what's going to happen in the first 2 pages. So that is really everything reading wise. I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. I'm going to pick up The Lazy Genius Way physically. And Krista from Books and Jams gifted me this book, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I just cannot wait. And then I don't know what I'll pick up on ebook or audiobook, but I will let you know. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, and it's like 10:30, and we are just finishing a Target pickup. I got some shampoo and conditioner and some clothes for Ainsley, because as we like get into spring, we don't have anything that fits anymore because it's all gotten too small. So we did a Target pickup, and I feel like that is the safer bet for me with kids' clothes at Target, because they are so tempting and so much. And having a second girl, like, we really don't need anything for Annie, but they're born like 3 or 4 months apart. Ainsley's the end of January and Annie's the beginning of June. So they're like opposite seasons, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So that's what we are doing. Last night, I think I got struck by some food poisoning. So that was a eye-opening bummer. And it was just a very, very rough night. And so I did not read anything because I just couldn't. And so this morning I have picked up 2 things, but I'm like barely into either of them. So I picked up The Lazy Genius Way, and I'm loving it. I'm like 30 pages in, but so far so good. So, and she is like, there's a good like introduction and like a forward, and then she's talking about her different principles of how to like not waste time on stuff that doesn't matter. So like the first principle is decide once, or something like that. And so it's basically saying like, on Monday I wear a black shirt and jeans every Monday, so you don't even have to think about it. And like, I've kind of done this without thinking about it, like especially with our food and our meal planning, but like trying to teach Ainsley letters. But it has worked out so good, because like Fiesta Friday, we do Mexican on Friday, so that really like cuts down the options, which cuts down like some of my mental tasks. And then Saturday we do Sleepy Saturday, so we do breakfast for dinner. So again, the options are a lot less, and it really saves me time in meal planning because everything is pretty well slotted in. And so yeah, it's really like motivating me to declutter, just because I am definitely one that less is more, and that's not her point at all, but I just think less choices would be helpful to me. So, and it would just clear my mental state a little bit. So that is really, really good. The other thing I started was the Paris Library, and this is also really good. So I have this one on audio from Libro FM, and it just came out February 9th, and it is told in dual timelines. So one is like 1939, I think, right at the beginning of World War II, and it follows a young girl who is trying to get a job at the Paris Library, and she's obviously in Paris. Then it follows 1983 or something, another girl who is like interviewing this older lady now, and about her time in the war and all of that. And so far it's really interesting. I'm not very far into it, so I'm very intrigued. I love World War II stories, and I love multiple perspectives, and so I think this will be really good. I don't know, like the war I don't think has started in the 30s. So like, we don't know what happened to this lady, but I think it was probably not pleasant. So yeah, I am really enjoying both of those things. So now we are going to go home and do a surprise for Ainsley, and then eat lunch and hopefully take naps, because like I said, it was a long night. And God bless Jeremy, he like sat up with me, even because I was having such terrible stomach pain that I couldn't get comfortable, and so he sat up with me, and I mean, couldn't really do anything, but just kind of kept me company. So we are all pretty tired today. So yeah, that's it. Again, we might run through Panera because we're at Target, so why not? But that is it. I'll update later. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, and we're just getting home. We were out running some errands. I had to take a media mail to the post office because of the Facebook swap groups, you guys. It's getting me every time. Then we ran to Target because those shirts I got yesterday are too short. So took those back and got some other little stuff. And then we went to Walgreens because this whole stomach thing that is going on, I don't know what is going on, but it, like, I was fine yesterday, just like tired and worn down and stuff, and kind of like that hungover feeling. And then it came back last night. So I went and got some Tums and stuff because we don't really have anything at the house. So hopefully it won't continue to happen. But I'm wondering if I got like some E. coli or something, because I did not eat anything weird. But I did eat like a big salad and stuff. So I don't know what's going on. But so that is everything life-wise. We're gonna go in now, and Ainsley was such a trooper. My grandma rode along with us, and she just was in the car and was really good and didn't whine, didn't complain. So I got her a little surprise at Target. So I'm gonna give that to her, and then we're gonna go in, eat some lunch, and then that's about it. So we did a workout this morning. So nap time, I think I'm gonna spend reading because I have not finished either of the things that I was in the middle of. So I'm still in the middle of the Lazy Genius Way and still loving it. Like I said, like the food thing, I've done pretty good about like making that not a decision. And then like outfit wise, I mean, it's like brown sweatpants or black sweatpants, and so I mean, that's not really that stressful, but it's really good to think about things like gifts, like for gifts for family. And I actually started doing that this year. Like all extended family just gets pictures and like maybe a photo frame or something, just to kind of take the guesswork out of it and not make it impersonal, but just make it so it's not so stressful, because we both have very big families. So
yeah, different things like that. Super duper helpful. Then the thing I'm listening to on audio is the Paris Library. And you guys, this is like a love letter to books. So this is right before the war, 1939, I think is when the book starts. And it's a young girl who gets a job at the Paris, like the American Library in Paris. And so she gets this job, and then the war hits, and it's what goes, her brother goes to war. She's got this boyfriend kind of thing. So that, and then basically they are a part of the resistance, the French resistance, and they are trying to get books to Jewish people. And it's just really, really, really good seeing what's going on. I do wish there was more of the time in the 80s, because her, like present day in the 80s, her young neighbor is like wanting to interview her. And so we're finding out more about the Paris Library. So it really makes sense why it's mostly set in the war days. But I would like just a little bit more, because there's a lot going on in the 80s too that we are just not quite hearing enough about. But I am like 2/3 of the way through, so it may switch. I don't know. I read from the back that their paths are connected in some way, so I don't know that yet. And so far, I'm really liking it. So that is everything. I will let you know when I finish one of those. It'll probably be today, but I probably won't update till tomorrow, because I just don't really have that much to say. Oh, and this is Thursday, and I normally end vlogs on Thursday, so you have the week, and then the weekend is separate. However, I think I'm going to continue going right now, because I haven't finished anything. Like, I finished A Promised Land by Barack Obama, but I was reading that in the last vlog, and then I haven't finished either of these, and I don't know if I will today, and if I do, I don't know, I probably won't update. So I'm just, I don't have that much footage, and so I'm going to just continue this for a week, see how it goes, if I like it more or less. You guys have been so great in saying that either way is good with you, so we'll just see how it goes this time. And yeah, so I will see you tomorrow probably.
Hey everyone, TGIF. I am just snuck out on the deck for a second to film a quick clip and let you guys know that I finished the Paris Library, and I gave it 3.5 stars. So I really liked that it talked about something I had never heard about before, this American Library in Paris, where they tried to make sure that everybody had books. So that means Jewish people, soldiers, etc., etc. And the love of books and literature and the written word is strong in this book, and I loved that. So, and I just loved like the message that it gave about having libraries be accessible to everybody, and the importance of like keeping libraries open and things. I think that it was really good, and overall, like, I really enjoyed that. The parts I didn't like as much were she has a romance that is going on for most of it, and then that character, he just kind of flips in the end. I hope you can't hear, my neighbor just decided to do yard work right now, but he like flipped in the end, and so he was really underdeveloped. And I really just think that that whole storyline didn't need to happen. And I don't know, I just did, like I said, I love the story of her love for books way more than her love for this guy, and I just didn't really feel that. So otherwise, like, there's a couple things. So we see our main character both in the 30s and 40s during the war in France, as well as present day in Montana. And we get the perspective of her as well as a young girl who is also in Montana. And I feel like also, like, we didn't really need a whole perspective from the girl, or if we did, that needed to be more developed. So her mom was going through some stuff. Like, there was a lot of stuff tackled for the young girl's life. And yet it was very weighted towards the other story. And so, like, I feel like the whole point of her being there is to show the relationship and the connection between the two people. And that definitely was powerful. And it was just saying, basically, history repeats itself if you are not aware and you don't learn from it. And so that message, I feel like we could have gotten it without getting, like, her full perspective. But I don't know. So there were a couple things about this book that, like, stylistically, I was just like, I don't know that I would have made that choice. But the story in general was very good. And you could tell it was very well researched. And in the end, the author note says that, like, these people are based on real people. And there's definitely some really hard stuff that is tackled, as there is with most war stories. And overall, 3.5 stars. I liked it. It's not my favorite, but I would definitely recommend it. So today we have just been
doing stuff around the house. Like, I feel like we say that all the time. Nothing super exciting. Ainsley did a lot of painting, and so that was good. I don't really know what else we did. We just kind of have been playing and hanging out. So it's Friday. It's actually kind of nice out, and so that's good. But I'm definitely taking a nap. I started Southern Storms by Brittany C. Cherry, but you guys, I am just having focus issues, and I think that's why I'm not really in the mood to read. I just don't want to like spend the brain power to focus. And so I am going to read some of that because that is our book club pick for tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. So I need to get that read. So I'm going to read some of that during nap, and it goes really quick, and it's like 350 pages and I'm already 100 pages in. So it'll be okay. But after that, like, I feel like I might take a little break or just go really, really slow. I'm also reading The Lazy Genius Way, but again, I just don't want to like put the mental energy into anything right now. So, yeah, I don't know what that funk's about, but I don't know. We'll check in later, and I'll update you on all our exciting happenings. Hey everyone, it is Saturday. It's like 2:30. I just put Annie down and Jeremy's putting Ainsley down, and so I thought it'd be a good time to hop on and update you guys. So it has just been kind of a crazy weekend. We have a lot going on this weekend, so it's just been adding to the frazzled, funky February. I think that I am not the only one that has kind of felt slumpy in February, and just like I just can't focus. All these F words, frazzled, focus, funky. I just can't do it. So I don't know what. I'm hoping that I'll go into March just refreshed and ready to go. But I don't know. February has been rough. But I did finish Southern Storms by Brittany Cherry. Brittany Cherry. It feels weird not saying the C. But so this one, I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. We just got off our Book Sisters live show about this, and I was the only one that read it. And so I like kind of get on a soapbox and talk a lot about this. So I'm just going to link that up above or down below. But basically, I feel like this was just too short. It didn't develop enough, and so there was a lot of things that was really convenient. But the main premise of this is that Jax and Kennedy were good friends when they were kids, at like 10 to 12 years old at summer camp. So they saw each other every summer. They wrote each other letters. They're really, really close. And then now they run into each other 10 or 15 years later, and they don't recognize each other. And so for me, that just like really dampened the buy-in. It's like, if this is some emotional, deep connection, and of course in the 10 or 15 years, they've both had tragedies and things that have really changed them and shaped them. And so now they're both broken people trying to come back together. But I just don't buy the depth of the relationship if you don't even recognize somebody's face. Like, I don't know. I really had a hard time with this, and it didn't mention any physical changes to anybody or like any reason why they wouldn't recognize each other. So that really dampened the buy-in. I also thought there were a lot of super cheesy lines and a lot of things that weren't developed enough. And overall, I just gave this 3.5 stars. If it wasn't Brittany C. Cherry, I'd probably rate it more like a 3. But because it's her, I still really like the style. There's also a part in here where Kennedy, as a child, she is very weird and not afraid of being weird, and she barks at people. And it reminded me so much of Darlene and Roseanne. She gets in trouble for barking in school, and it just, like, I was literally laughing out loud. So there were some good parts, but overall, this was not her best. So I am really excited to read the next one because it's about Connor, and Connor is Jax's little, like, assistant, and he's got a really fun personality. So I'm excited to read more of that. But sorry for the potential angle change. I didn't have the next book to talk about, but I picked up The Scent Keeper by Erica Bauermeister, and this one is one that I've had on my shelf, so I decided to read it. And this one is about this girl and her dad. They live on this island. They're the only 2 people there, and they have like scent jars. So they put this piece of paper in a scent, and it's supposed to be like a memory. And yeah, I mean, I love how like they're talking about like how smells really bring you to places and things. So this is like really weird though. It's very magical and whimsical. And I was talking to Nicole from the Girly Girl Bookworm, and she said she was surprised by this one, how much she liked it, but that it was hard to get into. And so I'm hoping this gets better for me, but I cannot stop thinking of Molly Shannon in Superstar, where she like puts her arms on her like they're just sniffing things all the time, and it's so funny. And if you have not seen that, please look up a clip on YouTube. I'll try to link one down below because it's just so funny. When she gets nervous, she puts her hands in her armpits and then goes
and smells them, and it's like comforting, and that is all I can think about in this book. So it's supposed to be like kind of a serious tone, and I'm just not feeling it. So I'm hoping that gets better. But this afternoon, we're just going to continue to clean the house. I slept for maybe 3 hours last night. I don't know why. Like, I was just having an anxiety spiral, and so I didn't go to sleep until like 11:45. And then Annie woke up and was up from 1:15 to 3 something, and then she woke up again at 4:30. So I'm really hurting right now, and I kind of have a headache. So I think I might lay down, and then we're going to clean the house a whole bunch because we have somebody coming over tomorrow morning. So, that's the plan. I will check in later when I have more to say about that. I have not read any of The Lazy Genius just because I can't get my head in the right spot. So I'm going to really try to read that. But I may just listen to some podcasts and chill for a little bit and check in later. Everyone, it is Sunday at like 4:40, and I'm just about to feed Annie and then make dinner, but I thought I'd get on and close out this vlog. So I just about finished The Scent Keeper, and it definitely got better. Like, it got more contemporary, and you realize like this is not historical. It's not really that magical. I don't really want to say a whole lot because it can spoil a story pretty quick. I think the best way is just to kind of go in blind and see. So just about finished that, but I fell asleep. So this morning, somebody came and looked at our house. Ainsley had gymnastics, and that's about all we've done today. So I will just end this vlog here, and I'm already a little overwhelmed about having the whole week worth to do. So we'll just see how long this is, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks for watching.